Most broker owners enter the real estate industry with a clear goal: to scale their businesses and drive transaction volume. As the brokerage grows, however, the owner's time shifts from strategic expansion to the daily grind of back-office administration. A specific operational bottleneck begins to consume their schedule: resolving errors in commission accounting. It is a common misconception that processing payouts is a simple matter of high-speed math. When a brokerage scales transaction volume without upgrading its infrastructure, it inadvertently scales operational gridlock, siphoning away the profitability it meant to create. Most early-stage brokerages manage these complex flows using a basic spreadsheet. A spreadsheet creates a static view of a simple split, but a brokerage's actual data flow is an accelerating network of overlapping connections. When manual entry meets this complexity, linear ledgers fail, and the network generates localized error states. Commission accounting operates as a multivariable routing network, where every input can trigger a change in the final output. To eliminate the bottleneck, brokerages must move past static ledgers and adopt a dynamic systems architecture. We begin with the absolute baseline: gross commission income, entering from a single closing. A logic gate divides this flow into brokerage and agent splits. The agent split then hits a secondary node, splintering to separate shares for lead, buyers, and inside sales agents. While this looks like simple division, it creates a geometric expansion of data lines that must be tracked individually for every single transaction. Every time a brokerage adds a team structure, they permanently embed these complex pathways into their operational burden. These percentages are further modified by external constraints that disrupt the standard split. Referral fees are the first modifier. These must be siphoned off before the GCI ever reaches the primary brokerage split. Other modifiers, like franchise fees and flat fee deductions, appear later in the sequence, pulling from the subdivided pathways after the initial split. This sequence, the order of operations, is the most common point of failure in manual tracking. Calculating a franchise fee on a pre-referral total versus a post-referral total creates two entirely different financial outcomes. A single error in this sequence invalidates every subsequent calculation in the chain. Flat file spreadsheets cannot dynamically enforce these rigid sequential constraints across hundreds of deals. While these examples involve a single deal, real-world brokerages must manage these variables over months and years. When we add time, we see successive transaction flows interacting. This allows for the most disruptive variable, the cap, changing splits based on historical volume. This forces current transactions to query the past. Today's payout logic is tethered to the agent's history. This is where spreadsheets reach their mathematical limit. A two-dimensional grid cannot easily look backward to update current formulas based on fluid historical totals without constant manual intervention. The highest friction occurs when a single transaction's volume crosses the cap threshold in the middle of a closing. This creates a dual logic state within a single deal. The transaction block fractures, routing one portion at the pre-cap percentage and the remainder at the post-cap rate. Reconciling this manually requires an administrator to audit past ledgers to bridge these streams. If an agent has multiple simultaneous closings, every deal must be reconciled against the others to prevent a cap miscalculation across the entire week. This reliance on manual cross-referencing generates significant operational latency. When human memory is used to manually bridge these disconnected spec sheet cells across a growing brokerage, rapid data degradation is the inevitable result. These mathematical failures lead directly to delayed payouts and commission disputes. As logic rules accumulate, they break static tools. The dynamic flow of transaction data pushes through the cells of a traditional grid until the system shatters. This creates month-end reporting chaos, where capital flow is stalled by cascading red flags and manual overrides. These delays lead to internal friction and erode the morale of the sales team. The ultimate cost is a systemic reduction of trust in the brokerage's financial reporting. Month-end reporting chaos is the physical manifestation of an overloaded systems architecture. The most successful brokerages avoid this gridlock by changing their fundamental approach to accounting. They replace manual reconciliation with automated, frictionless logic routing. They view commission accounting as an automated data network designed to handle complex variables at scale. This shift provides the infrastructure for verifiable data, audit-ready visibility into every split, and predictable payout timelines. True scale is achieved only when the back-office financial routing system is engineered to move as fast as the sales team it supports.